I'm Jeffrey Edward Epstein, and my residence address is 6100 Red Hook Boulevard in Virgin Islands.
We were never supposed to know about Jeffrey Epstein, not his name, not his operation, and definitely not the power behind him. But the world got lucky. We stumbled into something we were never meant to know. Even the most protected secret can crack, and this time, one of those cracks pulled back the curtain on the world we were never meant to see. This is not just about a trafficking ring of underage girls. No, this is about something so dangerous, so deep that if the public ever knew the real truth, it will collapse America's power. While we're obsessing over the Epstein list, demanding the names of those monsters, we're missing the bigger picture. Because Epstein wasn't the whole story. It was just the tip of the iceberg. And what's beneath it is the reason the Epstein file will never be released. But if you stay with me, I promise you, I'll show you exactly why they're trying to bury it.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein. This is a Democrat hoax.
If you want the truth, follow the money, except this time, they made sure that you can't. To this day, nobody really knows where Epstein's money came from. Right now, sitting inside the US government are 4 classified suspicious activity reports from some of the biggest banks in America. Together, they show $1.5 billion moving in and out of Epstein's account, and no one can explain who was sending it or why. 2 days before his so-called suicide, Epstein signed away nearly $600 million into the 1953 trust. That name, 1953, was the year Epstein was born. But don't be fooled into thinking this was some kind of sentimental move. This trust wasn't created to protect his family or leave behind a legacy. No, it was created to hide something. His lawyer, his accountant, and his girlfriend are the only names we've ever gotten from that trust. They gave us just enough to make sure that people stop from asking too many questions. Even Epstein's own brother Mark doesn't know if he's in the trust. That's how murky the whole thing is. For decades, Epstein moved like a man who knew he couldn't be touched. In every photo, he wore that smirk like he was untouchable. And he was. He flew in and out of countries. He hosted parties with some of the most powerful people in politics, finance, and royalty. He owned private islands, multi-million-dollar homes, and traveled the world on his private jet, which was named the Lolita Express. Yes, Lolita. The novel about a middle-aged man's obsession with a 12-year-old girl. Even Donald Trump once said in a 2002 radio interview, and I quote, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side." That wasn't a secret slipping out. Everybody knew, and nobody did anything. Why? Well, because Jeffrey Epstein wasn't just rich, he was protected. The question is, by who? When Epstein was finally convicted in 2008, it wasn't for trafficking underage girls. It was for soliciting prostitution for a minor. A reduced charge that got him a sentence so soft that it would be laughable if it wasn't for such a sickening crime. Former US Attorney Alex Acosta stepped in and personally cuts a deal with Epstein's lawyer without even telling the main lawyer on the case. The deal? The federal government agrees not to put Epstein on trial, not just for the charges everyone already knew about, but for anything connected to them. And it didn't stop there. They also promised not to go after his partners, people we know and people we don't. Put simply, even if years later crimes were uncovered, Epstein and his friends would still be untouchable. Immunity forever. He got 18 months, and even then it was a joke. It didn't really serve them. He had a work release program, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week in an office building. The jail was just a place to sleep at night. Oh, and by the way, his cell door was unlocked. He paid guards to be his personal security. He spent time in a room with a TV and even went to his own home, completely unsupervised. Let me make something perfectly clear here. This is power on a scale just a few people on Earth will ever experience. When Acosta was later asked why Epstein got such a sweetheart deal, he said that he was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave it alone. That was a clear message. Jeffrey Epstein is off limits. There is a man named Ari Ben-Menashe, an alleged former Israeli intelligence officer, who says that Epstein wasn't just some creepy billionaire. He was working for the Mossad. He also claims that Epstein was brought into that world by Robert Maxwell, Ghislaine's father. According to him, Robert Maxwell wasn't just in the media business, he was a Mossad agent. Ben-Menashe said that Epstein didn't just meet Ghislaine one day and fall into a romance. It wasn't chance at all. Robert Maxwell set it up years before his death. Ari's story is simple. Epstein and Ghislaine were running a honey trap. They pulled in powerful people, secretly filmed them, and then used that footage as leverage, all for Israeli intelligence. And if that's true, what happened next is even more revealing, because after Epstein was a convicted sex offender, former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak kept showing up. Not once, not twice, but more than 30 times between 2013 and 2017 inside Epstein's New York townhouse and his Florida mansion. Ehud Barak even started monthly meetings with Epstein in December 2015, every month for almost a year. Now ask yourself, why would the former Prime Minister of Israel hold monthly meetings with a convicted sex offender? That doesn't make any sense. Weeks before his death, Epstein was found injured in his cell. The jail called it a suicide attempt, but Epstein told his lawyer a different story. He said he wasn't trying to kill himself. He was attacked by his cellmates. The video from that night was deleted. Officials say that it was a technical error. Fast forward to the night before Epstein died. The day before, his new cellmate was transferred out. After his first so-called suicide attempt, the rules say that he should have never been left alone. But that night, they broke protocol. The cameras outside his cell weren't working. The guards who were supposed to check on him every 30 minutes didn't. By the morning, Epstein was found dead. And instead of securing the scene, they moved his body. And when you look at how many things went wrong all at once, you can't help but wonder, was this a cleanup hiding a murder or something else entirely? Is Jeffrey Epstein even dead? The real question that no one seems to be asking is this. If Epstein was really working for Israeli intelligence, running a blackmail operation in the US like Ari Ben-Menashe claims, do you honestly believe CIA didn't know? Could a foreign agent really spend decades blackmailing presidents and billionaires right under their nose? Is CIA really that incompetent? Or was Jeffrey Epstein working for more than one agency? For someone to tell the Department of Justice to back off, that order had to come from someone with serious power. For me, I have a feeling this is about a system so deep, so interconnected that it blurs the line between governments. Just 2 days after Epstein's found dead, we see Ghislaine Maxwell for the very first time in Los Angeles. She's sitting outside, calm, almost like nothing happened, and in her hand a book. The title, The Book of Honor, The Secret Lives and Death of CIA Operatives. The Epstein files will never be released because they can never allow the American people to see the truth that their own tax dollars have been funding an operation built on using children as leverage. Leverage over presidents, over leaders, and it's been happening for decades, which means that those leaders were never really truly in power. So what does that say about democracy, about choice, about voting every 4 years? It will shatter the illusion of freedom. Land of the free? Not so much. Maybe the real power is not in the White House anymore. And if the American people ever realize that, well, they might stop playing by the rules that keep them powerless. And that is, my friend, something the power in the shadow fears the most. So to stop you from asking about the Epstein files, they will pull the oldest move in the book, divide and conquer. Make it about Republican and Democrats.
But it's really a Democrat hoax. Look, the whole thing is a hoax. It's put out by the Democrats.
They'll even tell you that the Epstein files were not even real. And maybe, just maybe, the last time real power was in the White House was November 22nd, 1963. And that's the reason next week I'm starting my series on the JFK assassination, because I truly believe he was the last American president that had full power. So make sure you like and subscribe, because You're about to find out who really killed JFK.